Welcome to Face in the Crowd, the show all about inspiring South Africa, getting you out of your seat and onto the path to reaching your dreams. I'm Facegalxboy. Now, starting up your own business and building your own empire as a young South African is no easy task. But this week, Face in the Crowd profiles a young man who's doing exactly that. Take a look. Upon meeting the owner and founder of the young and vibrant clothing label Facegalxboy, one can't help but pick up on his quiet and reserved nature. But despite that, Tatiso Dube has taken the Facegalxboy brand from selling one or two pieces from the boot of his car to owning his very own Facegalxboy store in Hatfield, Pretoria. Certain sources have even confirmed that Tatiso is a self-made millionaire at the age of 24. Entrepreneurship in South Africa is no easy task, but this young man has taken his dream of owning his own clothing label and turned it into his reality. Tatiso owns Facegalxboy, and this is his story. Tatiso, welcome to Face in the Crowd. I'm so excited to hear about your story, your amazing journey. You're definitely going to inspire a lot of people. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. So let's go back to the very beginning because I want to get to know you just a little bit. Talk to me about where you grew up and your childhood.
I was born and raised in Mamelodi. I was born in 1990 on the 12th of March. Basically, I had a fair childhood. Went to a good primary school, a good high school, a good varsity. Wasn't really that tough for me, but being in the hood was, I'd say, a bit challenging because you never saw the other side of the world because you didn't have access to it. So, because of a good school and whatever, I got a chance to see what's going on outside where I'm from.
Yeah. So growing up in a place like Mamelodi, you said that it wasn't that tough for you. But a lot of people use that sort of as a crutch, saying, I come from a difficult background or a disadvantaged area. What are your comments with regards to that?
Well, to most people, maybe because of like poverty and all that stuff. But for me, it wasn't that bad. Like we had opportunities. But sometimes if you have opportunities, it's up to you to take them. Some people don't take them because they don't think in that way and they don't open their mind to possibilities. Because someone from a township wouldn't think like you'd be successful of making clothes. They'll think maybe of more if you're a soccer player or a doctor or whatever, like normal stuff, not something outrageous like making clothes or making music. So you have to like basically open up your mind.
Open your mind, I love that. So talk to me about primary school and high school and what that was like for you. Was it an easy upbringing for you?
Primary school was cool. High school, I went to a very strict high school, Cornerstone College. Varsity was a bit more hard because you basically didn't know what you were doing. You just went there because your parents, are paying whatever. So varsity was a very, for me, was very depressing stage.
Why?
I think I didn't know. I didn't know where I was going. Didn't know what I was doing. I was just going because my parents were paying the school fees and whatever. So I was basically like stuck in.
So what did you study when you first went to varsity?
When I got there in 2009, I was studying internal audit for like 2 years.
Wow, that's very different to what you're doing now.
Yeah, that was like the other side of me.
Yeah.
I was good with accounting and whatever. But when I got to varsity, it didn't make sense to me. I did it for like 2 years, left it, changed to retail management, trying to chase my dreams of fashion. But then I realized there was too much theory in it. So I didn't want to read about clothes. I wanted to make them.
Yeah.
So I did it for 2 years also, and I left it. So early 2012, that's when I dropped out of varsity.
And what did your parents have to say about that?
Well, my mom wasn't happy about it at all.
I can imagine.
My dad gave me. I asked my dad for at least a year to prove myself.
Yeah.
Then he gave me that opportunity. Then since then, I've never turned back.
Yeah. So talk to me about when you realized that you had a passion or just a liking to fashion.
The passion grew when I was very young, because my mom used to dress me up, but I didn't know why.
Yeah.
So eventually, when I grew up, I kind of like understood why she dressed me up. So I developed my own style. But when I was young, I used to dress like my older brother. My older brother used to dress like Pantola or whatever. So I think in primary school, I used to dress that way. Then my second brother used to dress more hip hop. So when I got to high school, I dressed like my brother. Eventually, I put those things together. Then
Yeah.
dressed basically like a Pantola and a hip hop guy.
A mixture of the two.
Yeah, so I developed my own style. In the beginning, I didn't know that a South African can own his own brand.
Yeah.
Because all I saw was like your Nikes, your whatever, international brand. So I think what inspired me was I'm a Keep Keep. When I saw their brand and heard they're from South Africa, that's when I started working on my own brand.
Yeah. And you worked with Kip Kip as well for a while. How was that?
Yeah, in 2012, I was assigned as a head designer for the winter collection. And in exchange, he wanted to pay me, but I just told him I want the experience he has. So I went overseas with him, learned how they made the clothes, where to get it, how it's done, etc. So at the end of the job, I basically started working on my brand officially.
And then when thinking about creating your own brand, I'm sure that was a little bit daunting. I mean, having and owning your own brand is a big deal. What was your train of thought at this time?
At that stage, I just wanted to create. I didn't care how I'm going to do it or where I'm going to get the money.
Yeah.
I just wanted to create. Every day I was designing, hoping that one day I'll put out these designs for people to buy. So I didn't really have a plan. I was just taking it as it comes.
What would you say, working for another South African brand, what was some of the difficulties or some of the challenges, if there were any?
For me, it was a big advantage
Yeah.
to learn firsthand, you know what I mean? Because imagine if I was just working as a sales assistant at the shop.
Yeah.
I was just selling clothes, I don't know what's going on. So working firsthand with the guy basically helped me. Like, if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here right now. So it wasn't really difficult for me.
Yeah.
I wasn't making money, but I was like, my passion was keeping me hungry, and that's what I was surviving on, my passion to keep going.
And did you always know that fashion was what you wanted to do from a young age, or was there something else that you aspired to be?
At first, I wanted to be a producer.
Yeah.
I was once a DJ.
Oh, really?
Yeah, back in my days. Well, I can still DJ right now. I
Yeah.
just don't have time to do it.
Yeah.
So music and fashion
Has always been your passion.
yeah, probably after doing this fashion, I'll probably do music.
Yeah. So when trying to start up your own brand, what would you say were some of the difficulties for you?
First thing, obviously, is financial wise, because you have to have money to make these things. You know what I mean? So yeah, financial backing is a huge problem. You can have all the designs in the world, millions and millions of them, but if you don't have like money to start, it's very difficult. And also, I know government is giving out like money for small businesses, but it's also tough getting that thing, because your proposals get rejected, especially if you want to do something like clothing, or if you want to like maybe start a creative company. They don't really like support that as much as if you want to start a mining company or IT or whatever.
Definitely.
So it's very tough financial wise when starting a brand.
Yeah. But then when it comes to sort of designing your own things, how involved are you in that aspect?
Designing, I'm 100% involved. Currently, I'm the only designer,
Okay.
but I've been looking to build a team of designers. Uh, that's part of our expansion plan, to have like younger designers designing for the brand, and I just maybe like just supervise them
Yeah.
where I can.
Now talk to us about your brand, and firstly the name, because a lot of people get the name confused. Some people say Facegalxboy, some people say Facegalxboy. How do you pronounce your brand?
You pronounce it Facegalxboy,
Facegalxboy.
basically. But yeah, a lot of people say Galaxy Boy, so it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
But the real pronunciation is Facegalxboy. The name is basically like an equation, girl times boy. So it's basically what girls do because of boys and what boys do because of girls. So a girl would wear short skirts, a guy would smoke this or drink that to impress the opposite sex. So that's the relationship between them. That's what the name is from.
When trying to conceptualize and think about what it is that you want to create and what it is that you want to design, talk us through that thought process.
Well, in the beginning, I had a concept between girls and boys, right?
Yeah.
So there's a print I've made. It has a girl and a boy and a piece of cheese or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's basically what's happening now in society. You know, a lot of girls like money. A lot of guys attract girls with money.
Yeah.
So that's one of the relationship between girls and boys. I don't really like work on concepts that much because I design every day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So if you design every day, I just create. Then when it's time to put out something, it's a matter of just choosing. Okay. So I don't really, unless if it's a, if I set out if I have a concept, then I'll design for it. But usually it's just designing.
Yeah. And pick from those.
Yeah.
But then talk to me about your brand specifically and what you think it is that sets your brand apart, because it's difficult, you know, getting into the mainstream of things, especially here in South Africa. We've had the likes of, like you said, I'm a Kip and Head Honcho. But what do you think made your brand different and allowed it to actually penetrate through into that mainstream? Because it's difficult.
Yeah, I think in the beginning, our brand was more loud than the rest of them.
Yeah.
And our clothes were quality. What else? I don't know. We depend on the product more than celebrities wearing them.
Yeah.
So we wouldn't. Obviously, it's great for a celebrity to wear your clothes, but we wouldn't like promote it. You know, because I feel as if you promote a celebrity wearing your clothes, it's like you trying to trick your customers that this thing is cool because
this person's wearing.
Yeah. So we basically rely on our product, so that's why we focus 100% time on it. So I think that's what set us apart from the other guys.
Well, now that we've gotten to know the man behind the brand a little bit better, it's plain to see that with passion, any dream is possible. Well, it is time for a short break, but this is what you can expect on the other side of Facing the Crowd. In a year, you made R1 million, and you became a millionaire. How true is this statement?
I'm not sure how true it is. Any dream is possible if you're determined to reach it. You know what I mean? A lot of people would discourage you from doing stuff, but if you really want to do it, their voices will just disappear in your head.